everyone out there. Today is a Monday. Happy July 1st. For some people, it's a Motivation Monday. For others, it's a Mindset Monday. And if you have been here with me, you know that on Mondays, it's a special day for us to talk about our journeys in mental health. And there's all of my alerts telling me it's time. That's what we do here on the Other Side podcast. So do me a favor. If you find anything that we talk about here today or any of the other episodes really helpful, useful, valuable, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode, the like. This all tells the algorithm that this is something that's important, something valuable, and it'll help share it with other people. Also, if you really liked it, sharing, it's free. Sharing doesn't cost you anything, but it like means the world. So thank you so much for being a part of the show and a part of this journey that we're all on. I'm really excited for today's topic. I was inspired by the New York Times, no less. Something I saw in the New York Times, and I was like, oh, this is really, really great. I love this. It's how to like ourselves more each day. So how can we like ourselves more each day? What an interesting topic for discussion. I'm really excited to talk about that with you guys. Hi, Yolanda. Hi, Carmen. So in today's topic, I was thinking about, okay, what are the things that we be, for the most part, okay. For what we do, if we think about all the things we haven't done, all wrong, all that we could have done better, all that we haven't done yet, and haven't completed, and we're like constantly pumping our mind with those types of questions or like observations. What have I done? What have I not done? What could I have done better? What did I do wrong? Right? And so if that's the constant flow, hey, Darren, thanks for popping on. If that's the constant thought that's going through our head, what are some of the things that we can do? And literally something that we can do every single day to try to actually identify things that we're doing good, right? So little things that we can do to like ourselves more each day. And basically, you guys have heard me say, oh, you should do a gratitude journal, before you go to bed at night. Just write 1 to 5 things that you're grateful for that happened during the day. This is like an offshoot of that. Instead of looking at things that are outside of yourself, now I want you to focus on yourself. So focus on you and what you have done instead of like the environment or the circumstances. And at the end of each day, I want you to write down as many things as you can think of that you appreciate about yourself. And it might be things like, I handled this really difficult situation. I actually handled it pretty well. It might be, I checked off 5 things off of my to-do list, things that I've been putting off, and I got it done. Or maybe it's something, that you said that was like super witty and you're like, oh my God, like I actually said something right off the bat. It was super witty. Maybe it's a reframing of thinking. Maybe you learned something and you've actually put it into practice, and that has caused you to like really look at how you think about things, and it's changed some of that for you, or have maybe even a paradigm shift of some sort, things like that. And when there are days where you're like, didn't really do much today, can't really say that there was a lot to be done. It might be as simple as, I made my bed and I didn't really feel like it, but I did. I got it done. Or like, my hair looked really cute today. And sometimes that's it. Sometimes that's all there is, but that's okay. I think it's the practice, the practice of doing this over and over again that starts to build up one's confidence. I think because we're so focused on all the things that we do wrong and left undone, etc., we don't actually see all the things that we do pretty well, the things that we've done right. And I think it's because those don't get like the headline in our minds, right? They just don't like take up enough space because you're like, yep, done it. And then you just move on. And so this is kind of like a mindfulness practice where you're taking a moment, you're slowing things down, and you're actually thinking about the things that you did well, things that you learned, that you incorporated, even if it's the small things like, I made my bed, brushed my teeth, washed my face, did all that. So what is the effect of all of this? I think that's really important that we also identify how this can impact us over time. So I think you'll start to notice once you do this, and studies have shown it takes 28 days for something to become a habit. So you need to do something repetitively for 28 days in a row in order for it to become a part of your life, a part of what you do. So that's why you see a lot of people do 30-day challenges and things like that, because at least gets you over that 28-day hump. So I say, let's say we do this 30 days together. I'll even do this together with you guys. I did the 30-day challenge of no blue light before going to bed, right? So what if it's a 30-day challenge of before going to bed, you just identify as many things as you can think of, at least one, something that you appreciate about yourself. And I guarantee you, as you approach day 20, day 25, day 30, you're going to start to notice certain patterns about your behavior, certain things that you identify that you do a lot. And maybe you'll start to even notice the positive effects that you're having on the people around you. You'll start to notice when people are commenting on what you've done for them and the value that you've brought to yourself. And I guarantee you, those little things in combination with your own identification of the things that you've done well will start to have you like yourself just a little bit more, right? And who can stand to like themselves a little bit more? So I think that the other thing that you'll probably notice is oftentimes we kind of leave it to other people to identify things about ourselves that are good or that they appreciate. So I think that we think like, oh, if we look at ourselves that way, like, oh, look what I did, even though you're only saying it to yourself, you're not saying it to everyone else. It feels kind of conceited, or like, oh, you're trying to like gas yourself up, or yeah, you don't want people to think that you're all that or something. But here's the trick with this. One, you're not telling other people, you're just telling yourself. So could it really be conceited if you're just telling yourself this, right? And I think it also takes the pressure of waiting for other people to say things that are nice about you. Like, it's almost like you outsource it, right, to other people. But instead of doing that, now you're taking upon yourself to take ownership to be able to appreciate things about yourself. And I think that actually is the biggest like switch that makes you start to appreciate yourself more. So that way you start to like yourself more. If we just always wait on other people to appreciate us and we wait for, this outsourcing to materialize, you might be waiting for a long time, because here's the secret. Everybody's really paying more attention to themselves. Everyone's dogging themselves out for the things that they haven't done or the things that they've done poorly, that sometimes people don't notice the things about others like you. So what if we brought this in-house and this became an in-house job where it was our responsibility to notice the nice things, the good things, the things that we appreciate about ourselves? Just a thought. So if you have found this super helpful, please let me know in the comments. Please let me know in the chat if this is something that you feel like has been helpful. If you think that you're going to put this into practice, let me know that as well. I want to join you. We are doing this together. Also, I will do the 30-day challenge. So I'll put it in my stories so you guys can see me do it before I go to bed. Or not even before I go to bed, but just kind of like the end of the day kind of a thing. I'll just identify things that I did that I appreciate about myself. And I am inviting all of you to participate in that as well. So if you're following me on Facebook or Instagram, you can see the stories there and join me there. And I really look forward to doing this together. Bonus points if you do as many things as you can appreciate about yourself, and if you can also list one thing you're grateful for. Bonus points for that. So one thing that you're grateful for and as many things as possible that you appreciate about yourself before going to bed. I'm in it. We're doing it for 30 days because it takes 28 days to make a habit. So let's do this together. Thank you so much for joining me again on another episode of the Other Side Podcast. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you next week. Happy 4th of July.